guys, welcome to today's video. My name is Carolina. I am a local real estate agent here in Central Florida, and I'm making this video outside, so if you hear some weird background noise, that's exactly what it is. I just moved into my new house, and so I'm furnishing everything and fixing everything, so I will make a video about that here in the future, because if you didn't know, this is my first house and my first investment property, which I'm really excited about. So stay tuned for that. I also wanted to remind you that letters from Santa are still going on. So if you have a tiny human that would like to receive a letter straight from the North Pole, please sign them up. The link will be in the description and also in the weekly newsletter that you are probably getting this video on. Now, the topic of today's video is the real estate market going to crash? That seems to be a very hot topic right now, but there are many things that show us that that is probably not the case. The first thing is that back in 2008, everybody was able to get a mortgage. Currently, right now, if you are a buyer looking to get pre-approved, they are running your credit. Lenders are looking into your employment history. They're looking at all of your finances to make sure that you are a legit qualified buyer. That was not the case back in the day. Everybody and anybody could get pre-approved. Another thing that's different is that back in the day, lenders and appraisers had a line of communication, and it's maybe possible that lenders were kind of telling appraisers what the house should be worth and what it should appraise for. That is very dangerous for a buyer, because that enables you as a buyer to purchase a home for more than what it's worth through financing, meaning that if you ever default on the house or you can't pay for it and the bank needs to foreclose on the home, the house is not going to be worth enough to cover how much you owe on the loan. So basically, your loan is bigger than what the house is actually worth. That, again, is not what's going on right now. A really big point that is going to show us how different the times are right now to back in the day is that, according to Black Knight, the average homeowner has $153,000 in equity in their home. So, very big difference versus no equity because you bought a home for more than what it's worth back in the day to $130,000 in equity. So, very different times. Something that's probably going to happen, though, this is definitely a very hot market, very unsustainable market because of how much supply and demand this is playing into. So something that's probably going to happen is that we are going to get a little bit more inventory due to the mortgage moratorium eventually coming to a close. What will happen then is that if homeowners are not able to agree to the terms that the lender is going to offer, then basically the home will foreclose, allowing us to have more inventory, which we are in desperate need of. What that means for sellers is that it's potentially going to slow down a little bit. Now, it's probably still going to remain in favor of the sellers because of how much demand we have, but it's probably not going to be as hot and aggressive as it currently is right now. There is no better time to sell your home because we have a lot of buyers. So yeah, it should be slowing down once we get some more inventory. Another point to consider that will probably make the pool of buyers a little smaller for my sellers out there is that interest rates are going up. The average interest rate right now is 3.5%, whereas at the beginning of the year it was 2.8%. Interest makes a big difference in the purchase price on a loan. So if interest rates are going up, that means that buyers can now no longer afford as much of a house as they could afford at the beginning of the year. So if you are considering selling, those are two things to think about. If you are waiting a couple months, you are risking the possibility that there are going to be more homes hitting the market due to the mortgage moratorium, as I mentioned, and you're risking that interest rates are going to continue to go up as they already have this year. So your pool of buyers will be smaller. Again, I still think it will be a seller's market, but if you're hoping for the highest and best results, it's probably better that you think about listing sooner than later. So those are the points that I wanted to bring up in terms of what's going on in the real estate market and what is going to probably happen in the future. If you have any questions, or if you've thought about buying or selling in the Central Florida market, please reach out to me. Again, my name is Carolina. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can email me, call me, or text me to the phone number in the description or in the part of the newsletter that you are receiving. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you on next week's video.